Welcome to Alex Fieldhouse for our Veterans Day weekend at Dragon Men's Basketball. At this time, in honor of Veterans Day weekend, we would like to invite all of our current and veteran military service members to please stand and be recognized for your service to our country. From all of us at Dickinson State and MSU Moorhead, thank you for your service. Today's exhibition game features the Dickinson State University Blue Hawks and your Minnesota State University Moorhead Dragons. Now please turn your attention to the scorer's table for the reading of the NSIC Sportsmanship Creed by Nathan Rund.
The NCAA and the NSIC encourage and promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We ask that you cheer for your team and be respectful of the opponent. As Division II student athletes, we support a diverse and inclusive environment, and we commit to fair play, responsibility, and respect. We invite you to support our effort. Go Dragons!
Ladies and gentlemen, Dragon Athletics has had a storied history of individuals who have served in the military, dating all the way back to the career of the legendary coach Alex Nemzik 100 years ago, back in 1919. MSUM is proud to be a yellow ribbon campus, and at this time we invite you to please stand and remove your hats for the presentation of colors by the Vietnam Veterans of America, Chapter 941 Northern Warriors. We also ask that you please remain standing in respectful silence following the anthem until the colors have been retired from the floor. Ladies and gentlemen, let us honor America with the playing of our national anthem this afternoon, performed by Anthony Quinn. Thank you. Now let's meet tonight's starters. First of all, for the Blue Hawks. At guard, a senior, 6'5", number 1, Austin Payne. Guard, junior, 5'10", number 5, Dante Walker. Senior forward, 6'7", number 10, Ethan Caton. Senior forward, 6'5", number 12, Melvin Collins. And junior guard, 6'3", number 24, Kenny Jackson. The Blue Hawks are coached by Josh Vaughn, assisted by Trey Moore and Ryan Clark. And now for your MSUM Dragons. At guard, a 6'1" junior from Maple Grove, Minnesota, number 1, Johnny Maninga. At guard, a 6' tall freshman from Browerville, Minnesota, number 2, Bryce Ersfeld. At guard, a 6'4" freshman from Fargo, North Dakota, number 11, Simon Sem. At guard, a 6'4" freshman from Plymouth, Minnesota, number 13, Gavin Baumgartner. At center, a 6'6" senior from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, number 41, Addison Park. The Dragon head coach is Chad Waldo.
Good Saturday afternoon to you, and welcome inside Alex Nemzik Hall in Moorhead for today's live coverage of MSU Moorhead Dragon men's basketball presented by Dragons Live. My name is Steve DeStacio. It's my privilege to be with you here on this busy Saturday that has already seen the Dragon women win earlier today in Kansas City, 66-55. They go to 2-0. The football team beat St. Cloud State 13-10 to advance to the Mineral Water Bowl, and now the Dragon men will try to go to 2-0 as they take on Dickinson State, coached by Josh Vaughn, who was here at MSUM under Chad Walthall several years ago. Chad Bjornson, Mark Riggs, Brent Weber are officials, and we're underway. The Dragons are in their reds, Dickinson State in their grays and blues. Dragons come out in a man. This is Dante Walker up top to Kenny Jackson. Now they'll feed it inside, getting a hand on it, Simon Sem. He helped create 24 Minnesota Mars turnovers last night. Austin Payne diving on the floor is Baumgartner. Here comes Bryce Ersfeld checking his rearview mirror. And the Dragons will set up their offense. The Dragons trailed last night by as many as 9 and then came roaring back after trailing 41-40 at the half to post a 97-69 walk-away victory over Minnesota Mars. They certainly did not make game number 1 easy. Benenga can't score inside. Addison Park grabs the rebound. Park was scoreless in the first half last night. All he did was finish with a game-high 21, all of them coming in the second half. Under a minute. This is Baumgartner. He'll stop and pop from 15 short. Addison Park, another offensive rebound as he found a seam through the lane. Now the Dragons will set up their half-court O once again. It's Park spinning in the lane, can't score. And the ball goes out of bounds, last touch by Park. So the Dragons with some opportunities, a couple O rebounds, but they come up empty. So we stay scoreless here for the first 85 seconds. Dante Carter, the Modesto, California native, into the front court. All the way in on the baseline. How about Ethan Caton baptizing the scoreboard? 2-0 Dickinson on top. Caton went on the near baseline, threw it down with ease. This is Gavin Baumgartner. Oh, a little no look to Simon Sem. He'll score underneath. SEM ties the ball game up at 2. 2-2, 18:02 remaining here in the first half. Walker, now Melvin Collins gets it inside to Austin Payne, and he'll use his body to give Dickinson the lead. 4-2, Blue Hawks back on top. Here's Park. Recognize that he got double teamed. Benenga up top, Baumgartner. Fakes, drives, pops, scores. Gavin Baumgartner, one of 4 redshirt freshmen on this Dragon squad, ties us up at 4. Here's Ethan Caton, Alamosa, Colorado native. Now Austin Payne, defended by SEM, a little crossover. Now a shuffle to the right, 15-footer by Dante Walker won't go. An offensive rebound and putback by Melvin Collins off the glass. 6-4 Dickinson State. Back on top here at the 17-minute mark. Good pace. I don't think we've had a whistle except for the opening tip. Oh no, we had an out of bounds. Gavin Baumgartner couldn't score. Payne the rebound. Here comes Dickinson State. Melvin Collins hands the ball off, trucks the other way. Austin Payne up top. And now Ethan Caton. Dante Walker looking to create. He hands off to Kenny Jackson. He's going to spin in the lane, and he forgot to dribble. First turnover whistled against Dickinson State. Hawks have hit 3 of their first 4 shots. The Dragons are 2 for 6. A whistle and an offensive foul. So says Chad Bjornson. Simon Sem gets whacked for the first foul. Here comes Trayvon Code. The Dragons were down last night by 8. Trayvon Code came in, provided a lot of energy, and he finished last night with 20 points and 9 rebounds. He hit 7 of his 11 shots. Malcolm Hill, a 6'3 junior out of Joliet, Illinois, is in for Dickinson State. Across midcourt comes Walker. Here's Sem with a steal. Sem elevating. I have a feeling Simon Sem is going to provide more fireworks on breakaways this winter. 6-6 as we dip under the 16-minute mark of the first half. Park coming out to say hello to Dante Walker. Park now defending underneath and slipping the ball inside. It goes to Ethan Caton, and he'll score. It's the 4th 2-point lead for Dickinson State here at the 15:35 mark. Here's Trayvon Code spinning, shooting, scoring. So Dickinson State has led 4 times by 2. 4 times the Dragons have tied it up at 2, 4, 6, and 8. 8-8 is our current score. Hill on the near side gives off to Melvin Collins. He's in the lane. It's a tough shot, and it won't go. Park claims the rebound. Here comes Baumgartner. Up ahead, Trayvon Code. In a 1-on-3, Code will lose the ball out of bounds, and it'll be turned over to Dickinson State as Wyatt Hansen will head into the ball game for the first time. The 6', 7-inch freshman from Stanley, North Dakota, Simon Sem, sits down. 8-8, our next whistle would be the first media timeout, barring something wacky. Here's Dante Walker, picked up by Ersfeld. Up top, Melvin Collins. And now Caton. Stripped in the lane momentarily, now stolen away by Ersfeld. He's got some company. He'll hand off. Baumgartner goes all the way in. The Dragons have their first lead. 10-8, home team on top. 14:33 left, first half. Walker watched by Ersfeld. Now Code is going to go to work on Malcolm Hill. Park comes out to assist. Payne can't elevate. Now it's shuffled over to Melvin Collins for the lead. Melvin Collins puts Dickinson State back on top, 11-10. Here as we cross over the 14-minute mark. rapidly played first half so far. We might have played the shortest football game. Maybe back in the day. The clock continued to run as Trayvon Code will go in and score. But I looked up, it was 3:20 Central Time when the football game finished. 2 hours and 20 minutes, a lot of running and a lot of snowfall and a lot of cold weather. 12-11. Dragons are back on top. The football team won 13-10 as a whistle and a foul of the offensive variety goes against Austin Payne. That's just the first foul whistled against Dickinson State. As we hit the timeout, 13:31 left in the first half. The Dragons are up by a point. Good start to this ball game. Dickinson State has made 5 of their first 7 field goals, including 1 of 1 from downtown. The Dragons missed their only 3-point try, 6 of 9 inside the arc. Both teams have 3 rebounds. Dickinson State has 5 turnovers here in this first 6 minutes and 29 seconds. The Dragons have 2. Code, Baumgartner, and Sem each have 4 points for the Dragons. They're up by a digit. Here's Ersfeld from downtown. It won't go. Baumgartner, the offensive rebound. The give to Ersfeld, and he gets fouled. Here comes West Fargo resident Mark Riggs making the call. We had a great conversation in the officials' locker room earlier today. He, like we don't know, is a Baltimore Orioles baseball fan, and we were talking about their wonderful season in which they lost 116 games this year. Congratulations, Baltimore. You get the first-round pick. Ersfeld hits a pair of free throws as the Dragons now have their largest lead here early in this ball game, up by a 3 spot with 13:10 left here in the first half. This is Kenny Jackson. Tanner Davidson, number 3, 6-foot sophomore out of Dickinson, played at Dickinson High School as Kenny Jackson, whose father, Bobby Jackson, formerly the Minnesota Timberwolves, gets the bucket. The Dragons' lead is down to a digit. Here's Trayvon Code, sliding to a stop. Benenga back to Trayvon. He's going to penetrate. This is what Trayvon does, and he gets fouled. Malcolm Hill is the latest Blue Hawk to get whistled for a foul. Dante Walker will come back in. Josh Vaughn, there you see him in the lower left-hand corner of your screen as Baumgartner gets loose underneath, and he'll score. He now has 6. To become a head coach, Josh Vaughn, the Brand, Minnesota native, played for NDSU. Remember, he was on that 2009 conference championship team that went to the NCAAs. Then he went to Wofford in South Carolina to be the video operator here at MSUM. Then went back over to NDSU to become a video coordinator, on to Mary to be an assistant coach, and now he's in his 2nd season at Dickinson State as the head coach. Benenga with his first 2 points of the ball game, and the Dragons have opened up an 18-13 lead here at the 12-minute mark. So it's fair to say that Josh Vaughn paid his dues to become head coach. As Sem will check back in, Baumgartner will sit down. Ethan Caton, number 10, Melvin Collins, number 12, Back into the ball game for Dickinson. It's Trayvon Code, Simon Sem, Benninga, Wyatt Hansen, and Jesse Berg's in for the first time, the 6'10" freshman from Audubon, Minnesota. Code. Now Sem for three. Won't go. Rebound yanked down by Melvin Collins. Back comes Dickinson State. They'd like to go up tempo if they can. Kenny Jackson near side. Collins, three, won't go. Rebound tipped into the hands of Benninga. Here's Johnny. Into the front court, trying to go around Berg. That's a task. Benninga settles for the 15-footer that won't go. And a loose ball foul was whistled against Simon Sem. He's picked up both Dragon fouls as he comes over the top. And this will bring Britt Bussman, who doesn't get in on time. He'll come in the next whistle. We hit the 11:07 mark. Dragons up by a handful. Kenny Jackson on the near side. Dante Walker. Walker saw Berg and went the other way. Malcolm Hill into the front court. There's Berg defensively. See if Caton goes baseline this time. Berg swats it away, but a foul. It's on Jesse, his first. Here comes Britt Bussman, the 6'4" senior out of Milner, North Dakota. A pre-physical therapy and exercise science major who's yet to get a B in college, or a C or a D or an F. That's good stuff. Collins, fouled. Bussman makes his presence felt and gets whistled for a foul. Bussman started his career at Valley City State, where he averaged 9 points per game. The same year the Dragon men were going 35-4 and going all the way to Evansville, Indiana in the Elite Eight. First free throw by Melvin Collins will not go. Park back in. Jesse Berg will sit down. Collins' second field goal, bobbles in and out. Here comes Trayvon Code. Around Park, around Hansen. Now Addy has it on the right wing. Quick first move, up top Benninga. Shuffle to the left. Hansen for three, in and out. Collins the rebound. Good Dragon ball movement here in the first half. Last night it was pretty listless as another foul gets whistled. This is Brent Weber making the call. It's against Britt Bussman, his second. 5 team fouls whistled against the Dragons here in the first, 9 minutes and 44 seconds. Hill comes out. Now Kenny Jackson out of Wheatland, Wyoming. He played at Gillette Community College with 8 guys who went Division I. He went to Dickinson. Here's a loose ball foul whistled against Collins on the rebound. 4th team foul whistled against Dickinson State as Austin Payne and Tanner Davidson comes back into the ball game as we hit the second media timeout. 9:55 left to go here in the first half for Moorhead. It's the Dragon men 18, Dickinson State 13.
All right, Dragon fans, it's time for a sports squad stoplight game. I've Jocelyn, Tor, Tito, Max, and Stuart here. When the light is red, they will stop. When the light is green, they will go. So on your marks, get set, go! Red light, stop, guys. Guys, you see that? And go, stop, stop. Guys, really, you're cheating here. All right, stop. Get back, turn it back. Guys, I see it. Come on, bud. Go, stop. All right, go, green light. And we have our winners, Stuart, Steve, and Johnson. Let's do that for our sports squad.
9 minutes, 55 seconds remaining. here in the first half. The Dragons lead it by the score of 18-13. Ah, the oblivious cam will get you every time. Dragon basketball, Beninga into the front court. Code up top, Hansen. Brett Bussman claps his hands. He's going to stutter step, and now Addy Park. Addy showing some range last night. Bombed a couple threes in the second half. 2 of 6. Everybody likes effort. Hansen tries once, twice, 3 times. No. Rebound pulled down by Dickinson State's Ethan Caton. So the Dragons with some point-blank opportunities, but cannot come up with a bucket. This is Dante Walker. And then playing soccer on the north end of the gymnasium is Ethan Caton. And that's another turnover whistled against Dickinson State, their 7th. So we're stuck on 18-13 here as we wind down towards the 9-minute mark here in the first half. Beninga from long range won't go. Payne the rebound. Here on the right side, Collins, that's a tough shot over Ersfeld, and he'll score. Melvin with 7, Dickinson State back to within 3. Here's Ersfeld stopping at the free throw line. Bussman remembers he can dribble, and now Park from downtown. No. Walker up ahead to Melvin Collins in the lane. Twists, turns, can't score. Ersfeld the rebound. Here's Bryce up ahead. Beninga. Oh, the quick left-handed dribble, but he cannot score. Rebound pulled down by Melvin Collins, who played at West Fargo High School and last year at Bismarck State Community College. Off the back of the rim goes Dante Walker. Here's Collins again. Challenging Park, can't score. Hansen tips the rebound to himself. Dragons haven't scored since before the 10-minute mark. We're down under 8 minutes. Here's Addy on a mission, and he'll score. Park, with his first 2 points scored in a first half of this young season. Goose-egged last night before exploding for 21 in the second half. 20-15, Dragons up by 5. Here's Melvin Collins working against Hansen, and he'll score. Collins with 9. Ersfeld stopped, rejected by Austin Payne. Ball goes out of bounds. Code and Baumgartner back in for the Dragons. Hill and Jackson are back in for Dickinson State. So is number 20, Sean Stoltz, a 6'5" freshman out of Trinity High School in Dickinson. According to his head coach, Josh Vaughn, he's still learning. What he's learning still is a mystery to us. Here's a steal. Malcolm Hill, maybe Vaughn was referencing basketball. Here's Kenny Jackson with it. In front of a standing Chad Walthall. And that ball went out of bounds. That's a silly turnover for Dickinson State. That's their 8th. Josh Vaughn told me that his club traveled here today 4+ hours, or they call that a big 4 hours. 4 hours is 4 hours, whether you want to call it big or small. Addison Park scores again. It's 22-17. They've already been out to Montana. They're 2-2, are these Blue Hawks. They already played Mount Marty, beat them. This is another Blue Hawk turnover. Dickinson State lost an exhibition game, 107-70 against Minot State, and that was played at the Four Bears Casino 3 Saturdays ago. Park from 15. Now Josh Vaughn doesn't like what he sees. We'll finish his story later. 24-17, Dragon basketball team up by a touchdown. So to finish our story about the travels of Dickinson State, the day after Halloween they went out and lost to Carroll College and Montana Tech of the University of Montana. Came home, that was in Billings, then went back out and they beat the Bison. They beat Salish Kootenai College of the AIHEC, the American Indian Higher Education Consortium, the old AIHEC. They beat them 100-70, so they came into this game 2-2. In their league, they've got Valley, Mayville, Presentation and Dakota State in Webby's home state of South Dakota, Bellevue in Nebraska, Viterbo in La Crosse, Wisconsin. Getting inside and scoring is Malcolm Hill. Then they still have to travel to Yankton, Billings, Havre, Montana, Butte. It's tough to be a Blue Hawk. Britt Busman underneath scores. Britt Busman's first 2 points. 26-19. The Dragons back up by 7. Speaking of traveling folks, the Dragon women will only play conference games here at home. They got a sweep out in Kansas City this weekend. They won yesterday against Central Arkansas. They beat Pittsburgh State today. Baseline is Baumgartner. This is Ersfeld up top. Got it. It's 29-19. Park comes up with another Dickinson State turnover. They're piling up. They have 11 turnovers and 19 points. Park from long range. Well, it's become crystal clear that Edison Park has added three-point shooting to his arsenal. 32-19. A three from the far corner won't go. Now here comes Ersfeld. On the breakaway, Bryce in. Can't score. He gets pushed down. Now the question will be, is this one of those intentional fouls? And here comes Chad Bjornson, veteran Northern Sun official. If it was a hold, I don't think it can be intentional, as Davidson gets whistled for the foul. We'll take a break with 4:05 remaining in the first half. The Dragon lead has exploded to 13. (32-19). Both teams, the men and women's basketball teams, will fly out of here on Thursday The men heading to Vancouver, British Columbia. That would be Canada. They will get Western Washington and Simon Fraser, the only Canadian team that's in the NCAA. They'll get 2 other games, while the women will head east. They'll play Michigan Tech next Friday and Northern Michigan next Saturday as Ersfeld hits free throw number 1. Then the Dragon women, the following weekend, Thanksgiving, they'll spend in Denver playing a couple more games, and then it's the conference season the rest of the way. Ersfeld buries a couple of free throws. It's 34-19. The Dragons, who trailed a few times, are now on a run. Dickinson State's turnovers continue to mount up. That's their 12th. As Collins gets lectured by Josh Vaughn here on the left-hand side. This is Ersfeld. Near side Hansen, he'll drive all the way in and score high off the glass. Wyatt Hansen with his first 2 points. This lengthy run has continued for the Dragons. It's a 10-0 run here with 3:24 remaining in this first half. Berg screening for Ersfeld. Baumgartner. Hansen for 3. Yes! (39-19). A whistle and a foul. Ersfeld is going to get hit with a block. It's just a 16th foul whistled against Chad Walthall's squad, who has to like what he's seen so far this evening. Last night, a flat first half. Morris came out and took it to the Dragons. Many will say, well, they certainly outscored them. That's fact, 41-40. But many will say Minnesota Morris outplayed the Dragons in the first half. Walker scores his first 2 points and gets Dickinson State off the schneid. The 13-0 run is over. It's 39-21. The Dragons are up by 12.5 with 2.5 minutes remaining here in this first half. Berg up top, loops the ball. Baumgartner over to Trayvon Code. He'll think about a 3. Bet you he's still thinking about it. He'll shoot it 2 and hit. Code hasn't met many shots that he hasn't taken. 41-21, the lead is back to 20. Stopping and firing at the free throw line is Walker. Might have gotten tipped. Here comes Baumgartner, weaving his way through traffic. Over to Hansen for another bomb. Short. Rebound pulled down by Walker. Oh, what a look inside. And a finish by Caton. Ethan Caton had to go around the rim, and Jesse Berg. Don't try that at home. 41-23. Here's Jesse. Scoring and gets fouled. Payne whistled for the foul. So Jesse Berg to the free throw line. Here's the replay, and look out below, and then the big guy showing some touch. Berg scored over 1,500 points at Lake Park Audubon. Berg's second free throw didn't go so well. The lead is 20 with 80 seconds left in the first half. Baumgartner couldn't get the steal. Jackson into the front court. Left side, Dante Walker trying to shake Ersfeld. Can't, shooting over top of Berg. Don't try that at home either. Caton. Here's Wyatt Hansen. Spinning, elevating, fouled. Oh, they're going to call a walk before the foul. Addison Park, meanwhile, will check in. Berg, after a good run, is going to sit down. So Dickinson State has it. 3/4 of a minute remaining here in the first half. Kenny Jackson. Left side, Ersfeld. Guy just likes to play defense. Good on him. Jackson falls down. And then coming up with the swipe is Baumgartner. Jackson may be hurt. Meanwhile, the Dragons have the ball. Ersfeld for 3. Count it. Ersfeld's second bomb. It's 46-23 as now Jackson is getting some attention. And he'll come out of the ball game with just south of 20 seconds left in this first half, as Dickinson State will play for the final shot. Dante Walker with 10 seconds remaining. Tries to go past Park, and a reverse layup is good by Ethan Caton. Ersfeld couldn't get his shot to go, and that's going to do it for half number 1. The Dragons trailed by a point last night into the halftime locker room tonight. They'll take a 21-point lead in. We'll take a break. We'll come back, in about 12 minutes. We'll go over some halftime highlights, and we'll take a look at some stats and some other goings-on here in Dragonland. 46-25, the Dragon men lead it. You're watching live coverage of MSU Moorhead Dragon men's basketball, presented by Dragons Live.
All right, Dragon fans, welcome to halftime. We have our contestants today, Mindy, Whitney, and Megan here, and each of them played a different game today with 3 different games. The first person to win their game will get $100 to beat up. So we have a series shootout. We'll have to make a free throw, a 3-pointer and a half-court shot in 30 seconds. We have shoot. We'll pick one spot on the court, shoot the ball at one hoop, and try to make the shot from that same spot on the other hoop. And then we have half-court shots. So they have to make 2 out of 3 half-court shots. Mindy, what would you like to do first? All right, Mindy will be doing the series shootout. So let's get 30 seconds here on the clock. All right. On your marks, get set, go. Mindy's going for it, folks. Come on, cheer her on, Dragon fans. She needs your help for that B-dog. Oh, that was close. Come on, get that 3. Come on. 5, 4. One more shot. Oh, so close. Let's give it up for Mindy. She did a great job with the series shootout. All right, Whitney, you're up next. What do you want to play? All right, Whitney will be attempting the half-court shots. Yep. Get a running start. All right, so she has to make 2 half-court shots out of 3 attempts. Whitney, whenever you're ready. All right, here we go. Just make the 1. Get a running start. So right back here, put all the effort in. Just launch it. Just even Granny shot. Just go. All right. Oh, she's getting this running start. And she stops right before half court. That was closer. Let's give her one more shot. Just see if she can't make it. Up, big in the air. Come on, Dragon fans. Help Whitney out here. Oh, geez. I should have helped her out there. My bad. Here we go. Just go. Just run and shoot. Run and shoot. Go, 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 go. It's up. And not close. So that leaves Megan. And Megan is shoot, turn, shoot. So pick your spot anywhere on this court here. Half court might be smart. Otherwise, if you want to make one, maybe a three-pointer, you can go right here in the corner, wherever you would like. Dragon fans, where do we think she should go? Where do we think? This side? Over here? She's going right here. It's up. Close. One more shot here. All right, try this one again. Here we go. It's up. So close. You want to try that shot just for fun? Here we go. Right there. You got to stay right there. And you got to launch it. Hail Mary pass. Here we go, Dragon fans. Let's hear it for Megan. The lost throw. Just short. Let's give it up for all of our contestants today. They did such a wonderful job. Let's give it up for Mindy, Whitney, and Megan.
Welcome back to Alex Nemzik Hall in Moorhead. Steve DeStatio with you. The Dragon Men lead Dickinson State 46-25 here at halftime. Let's take a look at some first half highlights. This is Simon Sem. Let's get used to this. His trajectory downward for Dickinson State, bombing from the outside. Melvin Collins keeping it close early. Oh, look at that look inside. Ersfeld to Baumgartner, the redshirt freshman to the redshirt freshman. Dickinson State coming back. This is senior Melvin Collins, who played locally and then for the Dragons. Ersfeld from long range, and now Eddie Park from downtown as well. That's good body movement by Ethan Caton and Alamosa, Colorado native, and then Ersfeld again. We got all of his highlights in the first half. The Dragons lead it by the score of 46-25. The Dragons shot 56%. Dickinson State made 12 of their 24 field goals. The problem is they had 14 first half turnovers. Dickinson State made it to the free throw line just twice. The Dragons were 4 for 5. So the Dragons lead it by the score of 46-25. It's been a big day already for the the fall and winter sports. The Dragon women won earlier today against Pittsburgh State 66-55. Carla Nelson's squad goes a perfect 2-0 in the Central Region Challenge down in Kansas City. They will bus home and then fly out this coming Thursday as they prepare to take on Michigan Tech in Northern Michigan next weekend in the Upper Peninsula, as they continue their regular season with a perfect 2-0 record. These Dragon men won last night. They're up by 21 here. And the football team won earlier today 13-10. And they will play in the Mineral Water Bowl on December the 1st in Excelsior Springs, Missouri. As for the men's basketball team, there's the upcoming schedule. This coming Tuesday night, I'll have an audio-only webcast from Memorial Auditorium in Moorhead on 8th Street. The Dragons and Concordia renew their old rivalry. And then the Dragon men on Thursday will fly out to the west coast of Canada, and they will play in the Simon Fraser Classic. They'll play Western Washington, Simon Fraser, and a couple of other squads. Simon Fraser out of Burnaby, British Columbia, is the only Canadian team in the NCAAs. Then they'll have a 2-week break, play Mayville State on November the 27th here, and then the long and winding road of the Northern Sun Intercollegiate Conference begins in Aberdeen on December the 1st. So some more business to take care of here. The Dragons in their reds, Dickinson State in their grays. We start the second half. The Dragons have the basketball. Park sets a screen for Ersfeld. Oh, Addy rolling to the hole and strong. Addy with 11. The lead is 23. It's 48-25. Walker spins to a stop. Payne on the right side. Walker, Payne, Ethan Caton, Melvin Collins, Kenny Jackson on the floor for Josh Vaughn's Blue Hawks. A 1-on-2, and Caton wins the battle as he had to fend off both Sem and Park. 48-27. This is Ersfeld driving. Park ranging. Addy with a couple of buckets to start the second half. It's 50-27. Talk to John Park once again. Father of Addison. Mom still at home, getting better. Trying to recover from a little bout of the flu. So Cheryl, we're thinking about you. Addy playing well this weekend. Here to start his senior season. How about Baumgartner? A little twist and turn. He has 8. 52-27 as the Dragons have opened this thing up. Last night they trailed at the half 41-40 before trouncing Minnesota Morris 97-69. This is Kenny Jackson. And this is Ethan Caton fearlessly through the lane. He gets fouled. Oh, they got Addy. They're going to send Caton to the line. They do. He'll shoot 2. Ethan Caton went to Adams State University. His head coach, Josh Vaughn, says he needs to score and rebound more. Well, he's scoring more. He averaged just a couple points a game last year. He has 12 so far this evening. 52-29. The Dragon lead is 23. This is Ersfeld and Sem. On the floor with Baumgartner, another redshirt freshman, Benenga and Park as well, as Ersfeld goes inside and scores his first bucket inside the arc. He has a dozen. The lead's back up to 25 as we've dipped under the 18-minute mark. Posting is Ethan Caton. His pass goes off the backboard. Collins can't score. Sem grabs the rebound. Here's Simon Sem. Benenga, yes. Johnny Benenga has a quiet 4. Watching his friends do a lot more of the scoring. Collins, and now Jackson. He's going to fire from 3. Nope. Benenga pulls down the rebound. Up ahead, it's a 2-on-1. Ersfeld on the business end. (58-29) and a timeout. 16:53 left to go. It's all Dragons here at home.
Check us out online at inforum.com. Go Dragons!
(58-29) is our score here on the men's side. Steve DeStatio back with you. And without an explanation of what you're seeing on the screen. 16 minutes, 53 seconds left to go as the Dragons are heading towards 2-0. They beat former NSIC member Minnesota Morris last night, and they're trying to dust off Dickinson State here tonight. Jackson from long range. Trajectory low, doesn't go. This is Johnny Benenga checking his options, dribbling between his legs. Those are legal. Here's Johnny setting up the half-court offense. Jackson puts on his boots and gets to work defensively. Benenga cuts. Baumgartner shoots. Fouled. Jackson got him on the arm. So he'll pick up his first foul, and Baumgartner will head to the free throw line to shoot 2. So this is what we've been waiting for what, a little over a year and a half. We all heard about these freshmen, Sem, Baumgartner, Berg, who's on the bench, Bryce Ersfeld. We knew in practice they were giving the traveling team fits as they were sitting out their redshirt years last year. So we've been waiting for this weekend in anticipation for a long, long time, especially after the Dragon men won just 7 games last year. As Jackson spins in the lane, can't score. but gets fouled by Johnny Beninga. Maybe the 7-22 season made them hungrier. I'm sure Chad Walthall et al. Happy that season's over, as Jackson misses free throw number 1. Second free throw by Jackson goes, his first point here in the second half. 59-30, here's Park. Loses the ball, Beninga's right there. Loops it to Sem. Simon on the attack, Beninga. Attacking even more, and he'll score. Johnny with 6. Here's Walker. From Modesto, California, went to Modesto Junior College. Now finds himself in Dickinson. Payne off the glass with his first 2 points of the second half. 61-32, we trickle down to 15 minutes. Hirschfeld and Baumgartner. Baumgartner on the business end this time. He has 11. It's 63-32. Caton. Driving on Park. Can't score, and the rebound goes off of Park, out of bounds. Berg will come in, so will Code after the media timeout. 14:50 left to go. The Dragons are up 63-32. The Dragons are now shooting 64% in this ball game. They've made all 8 shots here in the second half. I guess statistics don't lie. They're 8 for 8 here in the second half, now shooting 64%. This is Tanner Davidson. Inside, they can't score. Here comes Johnny Beninga on the fly. Johnny, near side Code. Inside, what a look. Baumgartner the finish. Jackson for 3. 65-35. Hansen had it. He came in during the last timeout, so did Berg. They're looking for Jesse underneath. He's drawing some Hawk attention. He gets it and he'll score. Boy, is it going to be fun to watch this guy develop. We got to watch Isaac Sievely. How'd that work out, Dragon fans? Helping the Dragons to a couple of NCAA appearances as well as an Elite 8. Jackson stuck with it, couldn't score. And now Austin Payne's going to fire a bomb and connect. Berg, like Sievely, needing some polish. It's not a bad thing. We know he can play, and he's tall. You can't teach that. He's 6'10". just a freshman out of Lake Park Ottoman, the two-time conference MVP. Hansen. And Code. Trayvon dared to shoot a three. All the way in, scores with the left hand. Code's first 2 points of the second half. He has 8. The lead is back up to 31. Davidson from long range barely grazes glass. Benenga. The crossover, the shovel, and the foul. Dante Walker picks up the foul, and Johnny Benenga will head to the free throw line. He's on the Dragons team, and he's also a team that every Dragon would also like to be on, the NSIC All-Academic team that's getting things done. The former Mr. Basketball finalist out of Wayzata High School in Maple Grove. It's 70-38 as he makes 1 of 2. Simon Sem is back in the ball game for the Dragons. Code nearly came up with a steal. Hill the finish. Malcolm Hill with his first 2 points. Nick Obazaway, a 6'6" junior out of Manteca, California. According to his head coach, Josh Vaughn, learning the Blue Hawk way, is into the game, and now Sean Stoltz, who's also back in, throws the ball away. I'm guessing that silly turnover was not part of the Blue Hawk way plan. Benenga sits down, Ersfeld's back in. There's 12-12 left to go. The spread is 30. Code, Hansen, Sem, Berg, and Ersfeld on the floor for the red and white clad Dragons. Here's Code. The quick first step, he gets fouled. Oh, they're going to call an illegal screen set by Berg. Jesse's second, team's third here in the second half. Addison Park in, exit, stage water cooler goes Jesse Berg. Hill up top, Stoltz in front of his bench, Dante Walker. Couldn't get rid of it, but at the last moment he found Malcolm Hill, who was bobbling the ball all the way up to the hoop, and he scored. That's good body control by Hill and ball. 70-42, 11:30 left to go. Park, spinning, shooting, no! Sem wanted to throw it down. Problem is he didn't have the ball. Here's Park. Spinning in front of his dad, John, sitting on the sidelines. There on the far side of the court, watching the Dragons turn the ball over for the 7th time today. Into the front court comes Dante Walker. He loses the ball, goes right into the hands of Obazaway, and he'll score. Nick Obazaway makes it 70-44. Obazaway, like Dante Walker, played his junior college ball at Modesto Community College. Ersfeld bombs home another 3. 73-44. Walker between the circles. There's a quick first step by Malcolm Hill. He forgot the ball, but he also got fouled. This one's on Ersfeld, his second. Baumgartner in, Wyatt Hansen will sit down, so it's Ersfeld. Baumgartner, Code, Sem, and Addy Park. Davidson spins around, fires a three off the back of the iron, and rebound yanked down by Ersfeld. Baumgartner leaves it for him. Bryce, yes! Remember that anticipation with these redshirt freshmen we were just talking about a couple of moments ago? There's some reasons why. The no-look and the triple. Here's a foul. What do they got this time? Well, they got Ersfeld again. Should be immediate timeout, and it is. 9:43 left to go. The Dragon lead is currently 32. (76-44). The Dragon men cruising to a 2-0 start. This is Kenny Jackson. A whistle and an offensive foul gets whistled against Jackson, who extended his arm. It's a third team foul whistled against Dickinson State. So the Dragons will get the ball back. Up by 32. It was a different story than on the football field today, where the Dragons trailed 10-0. Came back. Joe Chesvold, a senior, hit a field goal with 59 seconds remaining, and the Dragon men will get 3 more weeks of practice and head to Kansas City. Pick up some pretty good barbecue on the way and play in the Mineral Water Bowl. There were some discussions in Tom Berg's office, Assistant Athletic Director for Communications. Are the Dragons playoff worthy? They finish 8-3. There are going to be teams that finish 8-3 that get into the NCAA playoffs. Don't think that's going to happen for the Dragons, but how fun would it be if the Dragons, they only take the top 7, even if they finished in the 10 spot? Be great to see. An 8-3 regular season for Steve Lockway. Congratulations. Baumgartner, 3 won't go. Rebound yanked down by Melvin Collins. Here comes Jackson. He'll look for Malcolm Hill. Malcolm in the middle of a couple Dragons. Nearly stolen away by Code. Jackson hits a 3 in front of his bench. This is Sem. Baumgartner. Yes. Baumgartner with another triple. The Dragons were 6 of 30 last night. This evening, how about 7 of 15 from downtown? Now Baumgartner's going to work defensively and a little too frisky as he gets whistled for the foul. That's also the 7th team foul whistled against the Dragons, so Dickinson State will head to the free throw line for a 1-and-1 opportunity. 8 minutes, 5 seconds left to go. Front end of the 1-and-1 goes. Here comes Jesse Berg back in. Addison Park will sit down. So far as big guys are concerned, we've seen Park and Berg, after Collins hits a pair of free throws, those are his first 2 points of the second half. We haven't even seen Jake Johnson or Joe Sievely. The Dragons have depth this year. Ersfeld finds Simon, oh, we were thinking reverse. Simon, up top Ersfeld. He'll pop. Nope. Baumgartner can't put it home. Rebound yanked down by Malcolm Hill. Jackson, another three, got it. 3 threes in the second half for Jackson. 10 of his 12 points have come here in this second stanza. 81-54. Sem, defended by Jackson. Berg, from downtown, it won't go. This is Jackson. And now Malcolm Hill. Jackson again, in and out. Uh-oh, oh, Simon Sem was about to go. Here's Jackson working on Ersfeld. A whistle and a foul. We got Baumgartner, it's his second. It's the 18th foul whistled against the Dragons. So here's Jackson at the free throw line. Britton Busman, Wyatt Hansen come back into the ball game for the Dragons. Simon Sem and Baumgartner sit down. One more free throw for Kenny Jackson. No. And a loose ball foul, or they're going to say just out of bounds. So here comes Dante Walker back in. So while the Dragons go to the NSIC in December, Malcolm Hill scores. Dickinson State will move on to the North Star Athletic Conference play. That's the old DAC, just 3 teams remaining. Valley City State, Mayville State, and Dickinson State. The lone teams from North Dakota still represented. Presentation in Dakota State. Still in that conference. We mentioned Bellevue, Waldorf, and Viterbo. So Iowa, Nebraska, Wisconsin teams. Makes for tough travel, especially for those perimeter teams like Dickinson State. This is Ersfeld and Benninga. Benninga sat out last Friday's exhibition game against Jamestown with a hip bruise. Played last night. Said he was pretty loose. On the baseline, Melvin Collins unable to score. Here comes Ersfeld. Over to Johnny Benninga for 3. Won't go. Rebound snared down by Melvin Collins. 5 minutes, 40 seconds remaining in a 24-point game. Hill between the circles. And now Dante Walker. Sizing up Benninga. Britton Busman's going to go to work on Austin Payne. Caton rejected by Berg. Here comes Ersfeld. Has Johnny Benninga on the right. Ersfeld's going to take it himself. It's the 5th three-pointer by Ersfeld. Chad Walthall takes a timeout. 5:08 left to go.
All right, Dragon fans, I have Josh here. Josh is going to attempt to make a half-court shot to be today's Buffalo Wild Wings. Half-court hero, he'll have 2 attempts here. If he makes it, he'll win some free Buffalo Wild Wings. So Dragon fans, let's give it up for Josh. Ready when you are. Shot where it's up. It's there. Awesome, we got it now. Here we go, Dragon fans, help him out. It's up. Oh, good. Close out his 2 shots. Let's give it up for Josh. That was a great attempt. Great job trying to beat our Buffalo Wild Wings half-court hero.
Once again, as you can see, we give you what really matters here at Nemzik. 5 minutes, 5 seconds left to go. If you come to Nemzik, don't get caught on Oblivious Cam. Caton. Hands off, Malcolm Hill. Bumped into Code. Hill, spinning, shooting, winning the battle. Hill with 8 of his 10 points here in the second half. 84-59. We approach 4.5 minutes left to go. This is Beninga, stopping, floating, shooting, scoring. Beninga with 9. Park ready to come back in. Caton rejected with authority by Berg. Here comes Johnny Beninga. Inside, Berg scores and gets fouled. Here's Beninga. Oh, what a look. Inside, coming right into your living room. Berg to the free throw line, where he's 0 for 1 today. Got it. Park in, Berg out. Another good run by Jesse. Solid performance tonight here in this 30-point game. 4 minutes left to go. Raiden Forrest, who also went to West Fargo High School. Melvin Collins' half-brother into the ball game and scores. Ah, the hometown cheers for Forrest. (89-61). Busman dared to go to his right. He obliges. Beninga spinning. Hansen finishing. Boy, I love this team already. The unselfish play. 91-61. Obazaway, defended by Park. Malcolm Hill, nowhere to go. Davidson, and a foul. A Trayvon Code. So here comes some more free throws, and here comes a pair of Dragons who have yet to play tonight. Jake Mertens, the 6'3" redshirt freshman out of Devils Lake, North Dakota. Redshirted last year for the NDSU Bison. First free throw is good by Stoltz. He'll get one more. And Jake Johnson, the 6'8" senior out of Oak Grove, Minnesota, in the ball game. He previously played at Northern State and at WAP Science for a guy named Stewing. And Stoltz makes a pair. It's 91-63. We hit the 3-minute mark right about, now. Left to go. Busman lost the ball. Forgot he was playing basketball just for a moment. Busman, Johnson, Code, Hanson, Mertens on the floor. We haven't seen Joe Sievely here tonight. Forrest couldn't get the right-hander to go. Forrest again. Score, Forrest, score. His second bucket. 2.5 minutes left to go. Busman rejected and out of bounds. Code will inbound. This is Trayvon. Inside to Jake Johnson. Double teamed. Shuffled over. Hanson. Splash down. Hanson with 10. 2:07 left to go. Obazaway strong to the hole. His second bucket, it's 94-67. The only question now, will the Dragons hit a Hondi? They had 97 last night. Johnson, Mertens, floater, won't go. Busman lost the ball out of bounds. Berg will come back in. Code will have a seat. Forrest into the lane, nearly threw it away, and Hanson tips the ball out of bounds. Mark Riggs will point to a spot right in front of head coach Josh Vaughn. And now it's Braden Forrest. Spinning, missing off the back of the iron is Hill. And getting a three-point opportunity is Davidson, and he'll connect. His first points of the game. It's 94-70 with 1 minute left to go. Mertens into the front court. Berg. Berg underneath. He had to improvise, and the big guy with some touch. Threw it backwards off the glass with some English. 96-70 as Forrest throws the ball away. So the Dragons will dribble the ball into the front court. They would have to put up a shot. The difference between the two clocks is 8 seconds. This is Mertens. Stabbed at by Hill. Here goes Jake Johnson. Mertens near side, 3, no. Rebound, Berg, underneath, Busman, he'll score. Britt Busman scores. It's 98-70. Tanner Davidson comes across midcourt. He's going to fire from 25, and it won't go. A solid 98-70 victory for the Dragons as they roll to 2-0. So Josh Vaughn will exchange pleasantries with his old mentor, Chad Walthall. Dickinson State called this game an exhibition. They're 2-2. All their games going forward will count as they will exit Stage West on I-94 and head home. 98-70 Dragons get the victory. As we take a look at some second half highlights, this is Addison Park on the baseline. This is Bryce Ersfeld off balance. Addison Park was also looking for a foul. Kenny Jackson would hit some threes from in front of his own bench, and now this is Trayvon Code. Driving, scoring, after shoveling. This is Malcolm Hill underneath. Just Dickinson State and the Dragons playing some ball. We all know who was going to win this game late in the second half as Baumgartner from downtown. Kenny Jackson with a nifty move with the running one-hander from the left side, and then Bryce Ersfeld splash down. Those were 3 of his points in this ball game. He finished with 23. There's Wyatt Hanson. The Dragons win this ball game going away by the final score of 98-70. 98, or they're calling it 98-69. There's a discrepancy between, I know Tom Berg's working hard downstairs. I think there was a point missed, and that's why on your screen it says 98-69. Either way, nearly a similar score from last night. The Dragons were sensational. They shot 60% in this ball game. They out-rebound Dickinson State. The Blue Hawks were hit by the turnover bug, especially in the first half. The Dragons would turn the ball over 10 times in this ball game. What a day for the Dragons. The women won in Kansas City. The men win here big tonight. The Dragon football team is heading to the Mineral Water Bowl. The Dragon men's team is going to head to Concordia College this coming Tuesday night from Memorial Auditorium. We'll join you at about 5 minutes to 7 in an audio-only webcast here at MSUMDragons.com. For our entire talented crew, as well as Alex Nelson, our director, John Webby Webking, our executive producer. This is Steve DeStacio saying so long from Alex Nemzik Hall and Moorhead. The Dragon men go to 2-0.